Hi, my name is Jess Pearson, and I'm here today to talk to you about an exciting new piece of technology that exists to help students with written language. It's called Dragon Naturally Speaking. The reason I chose this technology to feature is because I believe that there is a prevalent problem in schools now with students finding frustration with writing tasks. Particularly students with disabilities struggle with this. To get ideas down on paper can be frustrating, overwhelming, and create some behavioral problems. Dragon Naturally Speaking is a speech recognition program that addresses these issues. The website for the manufacturer quotes as saying, "Dragon's fast, accurate dictation capabilities make it easier for students to transform thoughts into text without spelling worries or fear of the blank page." So we can eliminate that fear and problem for students by providing this program that utilizes speech recognition. The history of the Dragon program began in 1982 when Dr. Baker founded the company Dragon Systems and released the first voice recognition prototype. It was called Dragon Dictate. And there were some kinks and drawbacks to it originally, one of which is that it couldn't identify the boundaries of words, so the user had to speak very slowly in order for it to type. And there was a limited vocabulary within the program as well. At that time, the primary market was people with disabilities, as we will discuss the advantages for that population, but also the general population as well. In 1997, the program Naturally Speaking 1.0 was released, and this was more advanced, had continuous speech recognition, was easier to use, more fluid. And with the 2015, the current version 14 is even more so, much more user-friendly, has more advanced features, and lots more possibilities with that. In the meantime of that timeline, laws such as IDEA, the Individual with Disabilities Education Act, came in 2004, was one example of a legal aspect where students with disabilities were required to receive services to access the curriculum in the least restrictive environment. And Dragon Naturally Speaking is one way that this need was addressed. So what is Dragon Naturally Speaking? As I mentioned, it's a speech recognition program, and it takes spoken words and translates them into text on the screen with 99% accuracy, according to the Nuance company that generates the program. There's no typing necessary for the student. They simply speak, and the words are typed onto the screen for them. This is 3 times faster than typing, probably more so for students with disabilities who struggle with keyboarding skills and use more of a hunt and peck approach. If you'd like to see the program in action, please click on the link on this page of the presentation. You can see how Dragon Naturally Speaking works. When you begin using the program, it is customized for the student. So the program, just on a base level, knows about speech and English just from basic statistics. It knows which words are more likely to follow other words, spelling patterns, speech patterns that are just general to the population. But specifically, you can individualize this where the program learns about your voice and models your voice, learns how you pronounce words, what words you're likely to use within particular subjects, and it's very customized to the particular person using the program. Learns about your word choice habits, which words you use in combination, and again, which you use with particular topics. This is very unique for individualizing learning for students and can be a huge asset for those students, particularly with disabilities, when attempting writing tasks. So educational benefits of this program overall, it's a cost-effective accessibility tool. In terms of technology, which tends to be more high-tech and more expensive, the program is around $100 for individual use, and there are classroom licenses available that can be used across the classroom. The program really serves to improve core skills for all students. It uses auditory feedback, so when the students are reading their words that are typed in, they can then go back and have that read to them. So again, they're making that connection between seeing the correct spelling and hearing the correct pronunciation, which really reinforces that skill for reading skills and writing as well. It has been shown to increase motivation and confidence with students because it really removes that barrier of pencil to paper frustration, not being able to get their ideas down on paper as quickly as they'd like. They can see it more fluidly and more immediately. And it's also a relevant use of technology for all students. This is the direction we're going in our society. People use speech to text on their phones, for emails, all kinds of things in the business world. And so for students to be trained in this is a helpful skill. Also for students learning English, it helps them as far as using their oral skills to advance their writing skills. Again, they can eliminate that obstacle of writing things down. They can see their oral skills translate into writing, and that can help them make the transition to improve their writing skills in the English language. Specifically for students with disabilities, Dragon Naturally Speaking has many benefits. It eliminates the physical demands of typing and the cognitive barriers to communication. Again, they can see very clearly how their mental thoughts translate into writing in an immediate way. And it helps students with learning disabilities make advances in the areas of reading, writing, and spelling. The research is showing that it is helping move them along by using this accommodation. The speech recognition program really empowers students to keep pace with their peers. It reduces the typing and spelling concerns that would interfere previously. The student's product matches their potential. We can really see what they are able to generate in terms of thoughts. And students are able to focus on the content over the process. So if they're writing a report or a short story, they can expand more on their ideas and have more freedom to really focus on what it is they're trying to learn and not get caught up in the process that might delay them from that. It provides greater independence for students with physical disabilities. A lot of times there's a scribe required to write down the information, and that's eliminated. There's less hand control needed as far as using a voice command versus being able to type. And again, there's that option for speech output. So if there is a document that you want entered into the program, it can be read to the student, which would assist with visually impaired students or students who do better with auditory feedback or oral comprehension. A few of the challenges of the program include training. It can be difficult depending on the particular student. If they are not a clear, fluent speaker, that can make it more difficult, although the customization of the program helps there because it really does learn. And you can train it. If the student pronounces the word a particular way, you can identify within the program what that word's supposed to be, and it can individualize it for that speaker. There are some mechanics that need to be used within the commands. For example, you need to orally state what punctuation you want. If you want to have a new paragraph, you need to indicate that orally. So it's not a natural flow of language as much in that sense, but again, that's a habit that can be built among students to learn how to utilize that within the program. A few testimonials that I was able to find online for students who've used Dragon. A student with cerebral palsy was quoted as saying, "Dragon helps me dictate more concrete thoughts, and I'm able to get my work done faster and more efficiently. Dragon also lets me focus on the content of my writing instead of constantly looking at the keyboard to see how to spell the words I'm thinking of. Finger typing makes me stop and start again, and I lose my train of thought." So there's an example from a student how his frustrations and obstacles were eliminated by the Dragon program. Another middle school student says, "Dragon has helped me build confidence in my writing. It helps me deal with my disorder and let me complete my classroom assignments. I can also finish my work faster." So these students are seeing the benefits of Dragon, that they are able to keep pace with their peers, complete their work, and see their ideas come to fruition. Isaiah 57:14 says, build up, prepare the road, remove the obstacles out of the way." There are many obstacles, particularly with students with disabilities, in writing. If we can remove these obstacles and provide them with technology or other kinds of supports that they are able to relay their thoughts in writing, then that is something we should strive to do. And I believe Dragon Naturally Speaking is one example of how we can remove these obstacles and help students be successful in the classroom. Thank you for your time. I hope this has been informative. Please feel free to refer back to the YouTube video for examples of how the program works. and my other references if you'd like to check out the information that I researched. Thank you.